Today we're doing a 4K walkthrough of one of the best, most beautiful trails in North Austin, Brushy Creek Trail. Let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to Brushy Creek Lake Park, Brushy Creek Trail. This is actually my infinite time being here, and I gotta say, after the flood, the recent flash flood in Austin, this is the first time I've seen this park like this, or seen this trail. It's covered in water, and then the water level, the lake level has gone up tremendously. I shouldn't even walk this way. Look at this. Look at all the mud here. I should walk the other way, but just want to let you guys know. So I don't know if you can tell, this was all land before. Everything in the middle of the lake, you see the trees over there? Those are all trail and land before. This is all land and trail before. What you're seeing here with this is where I used to walk. So I'll take a tour, go to where the tree is, go all the way around, and then I'll climb up the dam. But recent flash rain or flood has basically just soaked this in water. That's actually crazy. It's my first time seeing this. No wonder it has a dam. Well, I can't go this way anymore because it's covered in water. So what I'll do is walk across and then go through the other way. So there's many different layers. Obviously, I was gonna walk next to the lake, but it's not feasible. Yeah, it's completely covered in water, and actually, majority of the lake area is all covered in water, so impossible to walk. Luckily, this entire trail is huge, and that's just a very tiny part of it. I would say like one of the best part, because you're walking next to a lake, beautiful lake. Yeah. So just a little bit of introduction about this entire trail. This is connecting all the way from the west. I would say 183. That's where it started. The 183, all the way till, I think you can walk as east as you want. It's really, really far. This entire trail is super long. You can walk 1 hour one way, or maybe 2 hour one way. It just keep on going, doesn't stop. You can see there are a lot of resting area and a game area, and there's also a huge party area on that side for kids and families. So it's really nice. I'm gonna pull up my all trail to get some, to give you some information about it. Okay. Cancel. Yeah, I'm on track. I'm on track now. I'm on the trail. Let's see. So I can show the map right here. So you can see, if I keep on, this is actually supposed to loop around and then go, so you can walk next to the lake, and it can loop all the way back to West Austin, right? North Austin. And it's super long. If I just keep on zooming out, it goes to 183 and further. But sadly, the entire area where we are is underwater. So if I go back in, everything here you can see on the right side is all underwater. So we're gonna go on the dam. There's so many trail here. I think I'm on the South Trail, I believe. Come map. Yeah, Foldable in America is like, nobody developed apps for it. And it just, most apps don't even work. There we go. Yeah, we're walking the South Trail. And the South Trail, wow. I've never seen water this high before. It says you can walk 45 hours. You can keep on walking to the east. It's really, really far. By the way, you see where all the trees are? You see all those signs? Those are all stuff that you can, those are all trails. This is literally parking lot. Don't know if you can see clearly. You see that? That's like parking lines right there. But we can't see them anymore. It's all covered. This entire area was not underwater before. This entire area on the right is all used to be trails, but now it's water. More water. Tremendous amount of water. Water, 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 water. Dude, the flash flood was this bad, huh? This is huge. Damn. This is insane. Like, I don't know if this gives you a better perspective. Everything around that line, if you look further, it used to be all trails. Let's see if I can get a better angle. The biggest flood ever. By the way, I usually do about 1 hour out and back because you can walk almost indefinitely for the trail. Like, it's so far. It goes all the way to the east and all the way to the west, right? Okay, here we go. Let me show you something. All right, you see where the white dock is in the middle of the screen? Around that little green patch of area? That used to be a dock. And everything from that line to the right side of the screen where it used to be all trails. Everything. Everything on this side, close to where these trees are, all trails. Now they're all soaked underwater. I wonder when this water is going to dissipate, how it's going to dissipate actually. I have never seen water come up this high. This is big trees. Like, all these used to be land. This is crazy. First time seeing this. This is obviously a measurement, tells you where the water level is. Sheesh. By the way, on the other side, it's actually just resident. This is to protect the resident from the other side. I don't know if water ever gonna reach this level, to be honest, like where we are walking. But that will be spectacular if it does. That means all those houses on that side is underwater. I mean, damn. That's a golf course, by the way, Brushy Creek golf course. I would love to live here also. This is nice. Alright, I climbed up to give you guys a better vantage point. Yeah, this is beautiful, by the way. This entire dam, I think Austin has done a great job to really just build great trails. Austin's obviously a really outdoor kind of city. And I gotta say, we need more of these. I can explore more. In our channel, we review all the trails because I love outdoor, I love the nature, I love seeing stuff, you know. I love seeing, because like when you're walking, you get to see the neighborhood, you get to see how people live, and I give you a better idea of, you know, where you want to live, you know, what the demographics like as your neighborhood. how people are, what people's like lifestyles like. And yeah, that's when I show you this entire Brushy Creek. I'm frisk walking, currently at 116 heart rate. And once we pass this dam, there will be a lot of downhill, uphill. And that's what's so good about this, because every time when you walk, when we do a trail review, challenge, aka like elevation gain, is such a big game changer. That's why we have a separate category, like a distinct category just for elevation gain, aka challenge, because how important it is in terms of workout. Because when you do a cardio, certain elevation gain like will literally double your calorie burns, and you feel a lot better than just walking on a plain field. If you're walking on a plain field and you're not running, but running is hard. Walking on an incline is hard too. It's similar to walking on an incline. I would say I'll compare it to swimming, where you don't feel like you're working hard. You know it's difficult, but it's actually working super hard. You're gonna be sweating very, very fast. And then walking, just walking, you get bored of it, unless you know the scenery, you've seen it for the first time and it's just insane, right? Something else, for example, downtown Austin, the scenery is insane. But walking uphill like this, you double your calorie burn. You multiply your calorie burn. It's like working smart while working hard. It's more effective. Your body is constantly working against gravity. Your heart rate is pumping more. And when your heart rate is pumping more, I think I was watching a podcast like how much that is gonna reduce, I think by 50% cardiovascular disease chances. By the way, you can see this is the other side of the dam. It's all just neighborhood. This is all just neighborhood. That dam, like if the water come up, this entire neighborhood is gone. But I highly doubt it. I think if water comes up to this level, it's probably the end of the world. This is new. This wasn't here last time. It depends on the season you come here. The flowers along the trail are absolutely beautiful. Right now, I think they're dying. Summertime, nothing survives in Austin. In Austin summer. It's too hot. 100 something degree, 110. Right now it's after the flash flood. It's actually awesome here. It feels incredibly awesome. Not too hot. 26 degrees Celsius at this moment, and we're 12 p.m. noontime. Perfect weather. Hey. And guys, I'm hungry. I'm currently on a sardine diet, and basically, for those who don't know what that is, it's you basically eat consecutive days of sardines only. And I'm using sardine with salt and water. So basically, the version of sardine I bought coming in a can, and it just like, I think it's 4 ounces of sardine, and then in a tin can, and it's soaked in water. So when you open this tin can, it's like, it's not water in there, it's oil. But it's mostly just oil coming out from the fish, right, from sardine. And I drain that, because that's where the calorie is. So you drain that, and just eat the sardine. It's really good. It's like 22 grams of protein for 140 calories a can. So 3 cans of that, I got 66 grams of protein every day. I need about 120 to 150. So it's less than half of what I need. But this is what a diet is, right? 3 days of just eating sardine. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. And on top of it, I'm doing intermittent fasting, meaning I'm eating like 3 of my sardine cans from morning to around lunchtime. So I'm not, like right after this walk, it's gonna be around 12:30 to 1-ish. That's when I'm gonna finish up my last sardine can of the day. PM, right? 1 p.m. And I'm done eating. The rest of the day I'll just drink water and tea. And coffee maybe. So with that being said, I'm eating 420 calories a day. For 5 days in a row. That's my diet, right? A lot of people stretch it for longer. I think people are doing it for 28 days or maybe like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. This is probably one of the most, this is one of the most efficient way of losing weight. If you're looking to lose weight fast, this is probably it, sardine diet. Because you also get, the idea is, let your body be starved of carb. It's gonna be starved of carb, and all it gets is protein. It's high quality protein. Like, there's so much nutrient in sardines, probably the best source of fish. Very little oil, very little fat, and just protein. And I think there was another micronutrient, I don't remember the name, but extremely beneficial to your body. And you're overdosing your body with that nutrient, right? You can look it up, sardine micronutrient. And I watched a video from Dr. Burt. He explained it in detail, like eating 3 cans of sardine and how it fills your body with a nutrient that desperately needed, how it helps you. Supposedly, 2 to 3 days down the road, like 2 days down the road, I'm supposed to feel more full, even though I'm only eating 420 calories for the day, right? Just because of that nutrient alone. So it's really good. It's supposed to give you this satiating feeling. Right now I'm just starved, bro. I'm really starved, hungry. My regular diet is about 1,500 calories, which is still little because I burn about 2,500 calories a day. With my NEAT, it's like NEAT is basically calories you burn when you're, or should I say RMR, right? Resting metabolic rate, or BMR. People interchange them. I don't think it matters that much. The idea is basically how much calories you burn when you're doing nothing in a day. My BMR is around 1,800. And just for not exercising, right? Just for daily activities, around 1,800. If I just sleep for a whole day and do absolutely nothing, just lay there for the whole day and watch movies for like 10 hours and sleep for another 14, I don't know, then that BMR is 1,600. If I walk a little bit during the day, like a normal person would, to get water to cook, for a whole day, I'm looking at 1,800. With my exercise amount, I exercise every day, walk, cardio, or weight training, and a combination of both, right? I do about 25 to 2,800 calories a day, and I'm eating 420. So my burn rate, that's a cool lizard. It's a really cool lizard. My burn rate is 25, and I'm only eating 400. So I'm having 2,100 calorie deficit per day. You need 3,500 calorie deficit for a pound of weight that you're losing. So 21 times 5, I'm losing 10,000 calories divided by 3, 3,500. I'm basically losing 3 pounds of weight this week. Well, whoa, look at this water. I've never seen water flow this fast. This flash flood have changed the landscape, literally, for Brushy Creek Trail. Yeah, but back to what I was saying. This is extremely good for losing your visceral fat, your fat, and then to drop your body fat percentage, right? You do want to be, when you're losing weight, you do want to be exercising to give your body a signal that you want to burn fat and not muscle. So a certain amount of moderate weight training is still necessary. And that's what I'm doing. But I gotta say, second day into starting diet, I'm hungry AF. I'm so hungry right now. I could eat a pig. But obviously, that's just a metaphor. I'm not gonna eat a pig. Pig is very fatty. If anything, I'll eat a cow. But then, cow is a sacred animal, so I just love cow. I just love beef. I could eat a goat. But my zodiac is a goat. So what can I eat? I can eat an elephant. Nobody eats elephants. By the way, the reason why I woke up from that little road fork is I purposely, when I go on a trail, I purposely go on elevations. So if I see a tiny incline, I'll go on the harder route. And you want to do that too. Again, if you're walking on a flat surface, you're not walking efficiently. It's still necessary, it's still important, it's still very beneficial to your body because it's the natural state of your legs. But walking on an incline like this, even tiny ones, it just multiplies your effort. And no reason not to. Our goal is to drop to 12% body fat. I'm at 13.6% last time I checked. You can see that this entire trail, just was a little bit of trail, we have walked 27 minutes. You can see a lot of playground area for kids. This entire neighborhood, there's people walking around. Very nice houses. The houses here are expensive, by the way. All the houses here are way above the average house price in Austin. Because it's a really nice area. I don't know about tax rate and stuff. I was researching about property tax because I don't think it makes sense how the property tax becomes a thing. But what I find out is, like, I was trying to make a video of if I'm mayor, I'll cancel property tax, because like, if you think about it psychologically, it doesn't make sense, right? Because you own the house, but if you stop paying property tax, even if you pay the house in full, the IRS can have the right to take it away. The city have the right to take it away. They're just gonna take it away. So what's the whole point of owning a house if you have endless into infinity amount of money you need to pay, right? It never ends. The moment it stops, the house is not yours. You lose 1 month of payment, the house is not yours. But looking it up, it's mostly just the bureaucracy, you know, how property tax is separated. By the way, we're on our route back now. 30 minutes one way, 30 minutes way back, just 1 hour out and back, basically. Okay. You can keep on going. It's gonna go really far, yeah. But I'm hungry, so this is enough for the day. Yeah, but back to property tax. The bureaucracy on this is quite insane, right? Like, what property tax is used for? 40% go to school, 20-something% goes to city, and another, I think 12% go to some random stuff. I forgot. There's a full breakdown online. I watched it and I read it, and I was like, well, to be honest, the per use basis for school makes so much more sense to me. I think it would make sense to a lot of people too, because nobody wants to contribute to a school system that's completely failing the students right now. I'd rather just give me back my money, and I'll pick a school for my kid, you know? I think they need to fix the voucher thing. But at the same time, it's hard, because that's like part of Texas Constitution is everybody has to pay into education. You know, the education has to be funded. The K-12 have to be free. Which makes sense. Well, I don't know if it makes sense or not makes sense. It's just what it is. It's constitution of the law. So what I can say is, if the education has to be funded, I think get it from the businesses make more sense. Get it from other means, like investment. You know, like if I'm mayor, I'll probably restructure how the revenue comes from, and eventually make enough money to replace the educational budget. Basically, instead of the budget coming from property taxes, it comes from another batch of city budget. They either come from rich people, super rich people, ultra wealthy, right? They're okay with, by the way, all the wealthy people are okay with giving more money if it's more effective, if it actually does something good. And I will change the school system where instead of the money going to administration, administrative work, which right now in the US is a cancer. Most of the money for any education is spent on administrative work instead of actual education. So we'll change that. Where it actually goes to the students and like the kids and actual teachers. Yeah, that's number one. Number two is I'll change where the money comes from. This might take some time, and this might be too naive of thinking, but that's basically where I was thinking the direction of, and eventually direction of where I would get the money. Eventually replace the property tax. I'll replace how public school is funded in general. So property tax doesn't go, well, we don't collect property tax anymore. Regarding emergency services and roads, that should just come from city budgets. Everything's flooded here. The ultimate idea is just that as long as there's a residual payment you have to pay, then you don't own shit. Imagine like buying an iPhone and say that you own it, but the moment you stop paying like a monthly fee, government have to take a monthly fee because everybody have to contribute towards the data program or whatever. You stop owning the phone, they will confiscate the phone. That's not just retarded, right? It's easy for people to comprehend smaller items, but when it comes to houses, seems like we have been brainwashed to think paying large amount every month, like into infinity, is normal. I don't think that's common sense. But right now the bureaucracy stops it, right? Where you can't do anything about it, you have to pay that amount. So it's a system we have to live in, and then we have to slowly change it, maybe. But see, I wouldn't be a politician or ever try to aim to be until I'm already super mega rich, where my residual income, my passive income, the interest of my asset that we already own surpasses anything I make, right? Any lifestyle I need, you know, travel in dignity, eat whatever I want, then I'll be a politician, right? To help the community. Before I have that capability, I would never. Not interested. I'd rather just focus on building my family, myself first, you know. It's better to set an example for the community than try to shape it before you can do it yourself. Then you're just bluffing. You're BSing. You're bullshitting. Haven't even proven that you can change your own person. How can you change your community for the better? There are a lot of people, though, a lot of leaders who have already done that. They're just not interested in politics. They'd rather just go travel instead of going through the scrutiny. This tells you, fundamentally, people are selfish. And by the way, a lot of people think being selfish is bad. I doubt it. Selfish is normal. I think we should remove the stigma of that. Okay? It's just everybody's selfish. And it's not required for rich people to become politicians. I'm just saying, like, I would rather prefer Warren Buffett to become president of the United States, or some other really successful business leaders who understand money, understand value to actually lead a country, you know? Rather than politicians who only took, especially president. I think president should have a new bar, where if you're not financially successful, you should never be a president. You might say, "Oh, Dave, but the rich people are going to leverage that to build more power for their family." Sure, but at the same time, I think that's a trade-off, right? Because if you have like a broke-ass person going to I wouldn't say they're broke, people who are running for office for presidency, but if you have people who have a clear incentive to make more money through presidency, then that's what they'll do, because we can all agree that everyone is selfish. And every one of us is going to acting our self-interest first. Our family's interest, right, before anything else. To deny that, say, "Oh, you don't know, people are selfless." Nah, that's bullshit. Just look around you, look at yourself. Look at the action you have done in your life. Let's start from a common ground of understanding. Look at how many people have become multi-millionaires worth hundreds of millions from nothing when they become a politician. That's not normal. You know, I'd rather have somebody who's already worth billions of dollars. And you can say, "Oh, they made more money, well, you know, after they become a president." Of course they will. But to see, the thing is, like, because it's all related to the popularity, right? For example, Trump. He started a social network called True Social because it was banned on Twitter at the time. And because it's popular, that platform became popular, and he made a lot of money. Same thing. You can say another thing about his family benefited from the crypto industry. All that kind of stuff. But everyone does. And there's zero way to prevent that from happening. You're literally saying that Trump family is doing that, so he's a douchebag. Well, the idea is every single person who's the president, their kid's going to benefit tremendously, no matter what. There's not a case. It's not just exclusive to Trump. It's everyone. Everyone going to act in the best interest of their family. So, like, the thing is, like, just because he's a billionaire, so, like, they act on a bigger scale. And there's nothing you can do. because it's popular, famous, and he started a social network platform, scaled instantly, and then he become, you know, $1 billion wealthier because of that platform. His family become $100 million wealthier because of crypto, if not billions, right? But again, everybody can do the same if they're president. I just rather have a rich people who earned it in the society first to do that, because they've already done it in life. So for them personally, there's a much better incentive to leave a legacy, to put their name in history, you know, to act in dignity, because they've already made money. Like for Trump, for example, worth $2 billion, $4 billion, doesn't change his lifestyle a single bit, an iota. Like he can buy anything in the freaking world, an island, anything in the freaking world. Adding more money onto it doesn't help that, doesn't change that. There's nothing more that he needs on a monetary basis. If you think that common sense for a second, right? Yeah, making more money can help family security. Maybe his family, if a spoiled child is going to spend all the money in the future, having few $1 billion more is going to help. I don't know, right? That's something that I just don't know. You wouldn't know, nobody would know, right? It's not fair to judge that. But what is common sense is that going from $2 billion to $4 billion doesn't change the lifestyle any bit. So there's a more reason for a common sense person to believe he's gonna act in the interest of the nation. Now, I'm not a very political person. I'm not interested in, I'm interested in politics, but I'm not interested in discussing politics. But I want to use a political event to talk about something that's common sense. Most recent stuff that's happening is the Iran war. Everybody's criticizing him. Trump probably lost, I don't know, a huge chunk of his support, loyal support base. A lot of people who supported him are not supporting him anymore, right? Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, a lot of people, insane. All those Republicans in American politics who supported him, big names, right? Martin something, there's another girl, all just went against him. And if you think about it, Trump is not stupid. He's an extremely intelligent person. And he promised no more wars. And if he knew doing this, it's gonna be, he knew, right? He knew doing this is gonna be controversial and counterproductive to his reputation, to midterms, to the history that name he leaves in American history. Why is he doing it? Just think in common sense, right? What does he have to gain from it? It's obviously not money. It's obviously hurting him in terms of polls and support in the nation. And he knows it. Why is he doing it? This is what I tend to believe, which is, as a president, he has access to a lot of classified information that you and I don't have access to, and we would never know. Right? You would never know. I would never know. All that information we just never know. And he knows a lot more of the global politics, like, that we don't know. So when you say stuff like, you only say very broad, generic stuff. Oh, there's some threat, nuclear threat here and there. Do I know if it's true? I don't. But can you believe it? I have no choice. Because I'm thinking about his motive, and I can't think of some solid reasons why he would do it that's beneficial to him. So I choose to believe. Right? And let's see how everything pans out. Because that's what life is. I guess it's a choice, and for most people it's the same. For people who don't choose to believe, that's also a choice. And they just choices, right? We act on our choices. For me, it's actually more than like I choose to believe. It's I don't care. You know, it doesn't. There's nothing I can do. And then I'm a more pragmatic, is that a word? Practical person. Where stuff, I was reading a book before, I forgot the name, it's a tiny book talking about the stuff that we worry about in our life. If you think about like this Iran war thing, what can you do about it? What can you and I do about it? Nothing. Zero. So why worry about it? Just be happy and worry about stuff that's more important to our lives. The only thing I was not happy about was the gas price keep on going up. At its peak, we paid $4.15 for basic gas, at $4.15 a gallon. Premium was like $5.70. It was insane. So expensive for a tank of gas. Yeah, but that was it. I had a friend in China who asked me, Dave, why are you so fixated on gas prices? Bro, because it's not just your car. If you think people care about gas price because it only affects your car, you must be so naive. Gas price is, I think, the bottom line of everything. Everything runs on energy. Everything. Gas is the most important source of energy. So when gas prices go up, especially over a sustained period amount of time, you will see all the prices go up because the logistics get more expensive, transportation, production, everything, because energy is energy. Everything becomes so extremely expensive. And the US is not really built for solar either. Like it's built for it, it has the place for it, but the government doesn't support it that much. You can see it from a mathematical standpoint. I believe Elon Musk, I think US should develop solar energy a lot more, especially in Texas, but it's not happening right now, so it's what it is, right? Just that we don't have enough energy, and if gas prices go up, everything goes up. Your food, all the daily items, consumables, that's directly affecting our lives. So I don't want it to go up. I walked 47 minutes so far, 128 heart rate, close to 130. Pretty good. I would say, although I didn't have too much food, I only had 2 tin cans of fish. Sardine fish today, I had 3 yesterday, right, because I eat 3 a day, the sardine diet. And I feel lack of energy. I feel like I'm hungry, because my stomach's telling me I'm hungry. Energy-wise, I'm decent. I can work, I can write, I can think clearly. I'm just hungry. If you give me something, I will eat, right? I mean, I'm not gonna eat now because I'm still on a diet, but my point is the only thing that's lacked in my life right now is eating, because of the sardine diet. However, I know what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna eat besides sardines. My potion sardines. If you wonder why Cici is not joining me on those trail walks, she would love to. And we come here all the time together. This is like the first time I came here alone. Actually, no, second time. Another time I came really early in the morning because I wanted to walk. But we came here like numerous times. I can't count too many, right? And the majority we came here together. Sometimes we even bring our friends. And then the reason why Cici's not here with us today, she is busy with a very, very important task. And we're all excited for important task. All right, you can see there are a lot of kids playing and over there. There's family area here. And this is Brushy Creek. You can walk all the way to west. If you walk this direction, you're gonna go towards 183, which is a major highway in Austin. And takes 1 hour to walk to 183. I prefer this side, the south side, because there's more elevation gain. All right, a lot of family here. They're having fun. That's about it for this trail review. Let me know what y'all think. All right, guys, it's review time. We finished our Brushy Creek walk. Duration-wise, this walk is obviously 10 out of 10 because you can walk as many hours as you want. I guess the thing is though, it's not a loop, so I'm gonna deduct some points because if it's a loop, it's better. You can see something different in the whole loop, complete the track. But this one is not. It's not a loop, so we're gonna deduct some points on that. And then 1 point though, not too much. Challenge-wise, I think I'll give it a 5. No, 4. It's not too much of a challenge. It's okay. Like they're tiny elevation. My heart rate is around 120 to 130. Which is decent, but it's very small amount of elevation gain, and then you breathe a little bit and you go back to normal. Scenery wise, this one's like 6. It's above average because you are on a dam, you know, so you see a lot of cool sceneries. It's pretty cool. Let's talk about shade, fresh air, safety, hygiene, and wow factor. Shade is like 1 out of 2. A lot of times you're on a dam, especially when you walk close to the lake, you're outside of shades, you know, so 1 out of 2. I think Cici will give it a 1 out of 2, maybe less, 0.5, I don't know. I'll give it a 1. Fresh air is 2, next to a lake. It's awesome. Next to a creek. A lot of trees, really good. Safety 2, hygiene 2. Wow factor, there's not really, it's like a 1, I guess, because it's cool, but it's not wow. You're next to a neighborhood and then there's a golf course. It's really clean, especially when it's not flooded. So overall, it's like 8 points for the bonus points. That means we're total at 10 plus 17, 27 points for Brushy Creek. That's our review. And it basically is, if you use 25 by 40, 27 divided by 40, it's like what? Like 7 out of 10? Yeah, 7 out of 10 points. So 70%. I mean, if you're close by, you come check it out, or if you're within 20-30 minute drive, you can come check it out on a weekend and do a whole walk. But if you're not, go to a rare place.